So I'll be starting out with the dollar index. And just like I said earlier, the dollar index is at a very critical area where anything could happen. Okay, anything can happen, and this is where I'm talking about. Okay, now this was the low of last year. That's May 2025. This was the low of last year, and now we can see that price is reacting to this low, and we're seeing a reversal at the moment. So if we go down to the lower time frame now, okay, this is more or less giving us that pattern, which is a W pattern. Okay, this is a W pattern. So what this is just telling us is we should be anticipating what dollar strength, okay, in the near term, dollar strength in the near term. So we're going to look at how this is going to be how this is going to be affecting other assets as well. Okay, so for now we're seeing dollar strength, and this only means that any trade you're taking should actually be in favor of the US dollar. So with not much to look at again on the dollar index, let's quickly bounce into the instruments, and starting with Euro USD. So for Euro USD right now, okay, we are seeing that more of the uptrend right now has ceased, and now price is currently experiencing a retracement. So the thing about this is that the Euro USD, from a higher time frame point of view, okay, from a higher time frame perspective, we are still expecting the price to appreciate much, much, much higher. But for now, okay, we are seeing a retracement. And being that we've approached the end of the month, okay, so we could actually be seeing end of the month profits taken, or end of the month position close. And this will actually see prices do what? Prices start reversing in the opposite direction. So we still have this major level, which looks like where price might be heading to, okay, in the nearest future. But at the moment, okay, if we go down to the daily time frame, what we're just going to be seeing now is price reacting. Okay, price is reacting to maybe a daily level, and for now, we saw price more or less rebound from this resistance area, which was broken out of. That was yesterday due to the news. Okay, where we had the dollar more or less weaken, and now we are seeing dollar gathering strength again. So this only tells us that we are seeing just maybe a short-term retracement, and we could now see price resume its uptrend momentum. So we head straight into the 4-hour, and let's see what we should be expecting. So from the 4-hour perspective, this is what I am thinking. Okay, we have this supply zone here on the 4-hour, and the price right now has retested it. So we could see that the price more or less slip all the way down, and then we have this demand zone. We have this demand zone just right around here. So I want to assume that we could see this demand zone hold, and this will see the price towards the price appreciate all the way. You see the price appreciate all the way towards that weekly level that we just looked out for. So for the dollar is already gathering momentum. Anticipating short on the Euro USD, and this has already started moving as we speak. So anyone who's interested in taking this trade, okay, at most maybe somewhere around here for a pullback on 1 hour, pullback and a continuous drop. So how many pips does this leave us? Okay, so this leaves us with maybe just about 50 pips to the yesterday's price level where it retraced from, but then the demand level where we're expecting price to originally hit before it appreciates is more or less 100 pip move to the downside. So we should actually anticipate all of this, okay, ahead of the unemployment claims, which will be released later in the day. What about GBP USD? So we should expect similar price action as well, even though we are seeing prices more or less take a reversal to the downside now. It still has this area to contend with. So let's look at it, okay? Let's analyze this. So GBP USD also bullish, but then experiencing some retracement, which could see the price hit demand levels. So we have this demand zone, okay? We have this resistance broken, okay? And this leaves us with maybe breakout and retest opportunity. So by the time we go down to the lower time frame now, where does this leave us? So on the daily, there is a sort of demand zone right around here. So we need to look at what the price action is around this area. Okay, so we could see price drop all the way here, then now see the resumption of that uptrend. So when we get back to the 4 hour, so we can see now it's very clear. So you can see the impulse move. This impulse move here, breaking structure to our left hand side. So if you really know how to interpret price pattern, you know that this type of move, okay, this type of move, we have letter M. Okay, you have letter M. So most times now, if this neckline is broken, okay, this neckline is broken, you could just make a retest and then we have prices drop all the way to this demand zone. So this is a very clear demand zone. And like I said, this is not one that you should sleep on. Okay, at least from now till tomorrow, you should actually see the prices depreciate and at least try to approach this demand zone before we start seeing offers. So maybe more of this upward trajectory that we are anticipating will be coming in next month. So we have a demand zone in sight here, and this only means that for our opportunity on USD and GBP USD, we should be anticipating what shorts. So let's go to the 1 hour time frame and let's see what we are looking at right here. So for shorts, okay, this at least pull back towards this area should give us an opportunity to engage because we can't take this trade right here. This is a demand zone. So buyers are still very much are still very much interested in defending this area. So Sunday normal that we're seeing the reaction right now, but then the reaction could see price just make a pullback towards it, then it drops all the way down. Okay, it dropped all the way down. So this leaves us with what our expectation in terms of price movements for this GBP USD. So in terms of price movements, okay, how many pips are we expecting? So first target, that's about 80 pips. Second target, about 134 pips. So if you actually have the endurance to hold that long, okay, it's actually going to reward you pretty good. Okay, it's going to reward you pretty good. So for GBP USD, we're anticipating what sells, but then we don't want to just jump into the market like that. Okay, we're expecting a pullback at most towards 1.38023, and let's just say round figure 1.38880 price level. Then we could now see the price dump towards our potential targets, okay, our potential area of interest. So we'll be heading straight to the next asset. We'll be heading straight to the next asset, and that will be the AUD USD and the GBP AUD USD, NZD USD, and USD CAD. So let's quickly do that because price is already moving, and there are some setups that I don't want us to miss out on. So for AUD USD, the AUD USD and NZD USD, one interesting thing about it is if you don't know, these particular currency pairs more or less draw their strength from gold. So what it means is that when gold is on the move, they too they react. And we've seen that for a while, gold has been on the up move, okay, has been on the bullish move. So this is what has caused what this sudden strength, this sudden price appreciation on those anti-Palladian currencies, that's the AED and the NZD. So right now, since the dollar is more or less gaining some strength, okay, we are seeing a reversal happen, and this only means that we just have to adjust. We have to adapt right now, and now take trades in the opposite direction. So for AUD USD, yes, it seems the end of the up. We have come to the end of that up trend. It's taking a break, so we might see more potential moves to the downside. So what I'll be looking out for now, okay, for me to take this short convincingly is when this area is broken. Okay, so anyone who's interested in taking this, okay, wait for this area to be broken. So once the area is broken, okay, it will confirm that buyers can no longer sustain that bullish momentum, and we might see a drop to the downside. So if this area is broken, okay, you can just wait for the pullback, maybe somewhere around here, because it's very likely they will pull back right around here, and then you see that drop in price. So that's for the AUD USD, and I expect similar price action too for NZD USD. So for NZD USD, yes, same price action, price at demand zone on 1 hour time frame. So we're seeing a reversal to take place from the daily perspective. And if we look at it critically, we're even at a very critical area. This is a resistance or a supply zone. And this, okay, if it closes like this today, if the price action or the candlestick should close like this today, then we should be expecting what? A reversal. So you can see, okay, this is a very, very serious imbalance in terms of price action. Just buy, 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 buy. So the sale is already imminent, and I think right now it's already paving way. So just like we did for NZD/USD, we will wait for what? For that demand zone to be broken. Okay, this demand zone right here. We need this demand zone to be taken out. So once the demand zone is taken out, then we will have at least that pullback towards here at most. Then we engage ourselves. So you can just more or less look at it like the chart pattern we're expecting could be more or less a head and shoulder pattern. Okay, that's what it would look like, because we're going to have it like this: right shoulder, head. So we're waiting for at least the break, then a retracement back to give us our entry at the left shoulder, and then we take that trade. So trading is all about patience, not just jumping into the market at will. You have to study the chart, okay, and anticipate where prices will be heading towards so that you can position yourself properly, okay. So we've done that, and this takes us straight to USD CAD. So on USD CAD right now, we're already seeing reversals. And if you didn't know, yesterday, the Bank of Canada too also made a decision on their interest rates, and they held steady as well. So I think everyone is paying attention to what the global economy is doing right now, because any further cuts by any of the central banks might just be more or less a premature move. Okay, they still need to pay attention to what the economy is saying in terms of inflation, in terms of employment, and also growth. So for now, they are more or less observing what the economy is doing before they embark on any other decision as regards monetary policy. So for USD CAD right now, we've had this, and I've given this setup. You can see my projection. I've actually given this call on my WhatsApp group. So now, for us to engage here, we will not want to engage around this area. Okay, we will not want to engage around this area because this is a supply zone. So it's very likely we see price do what? Price react, and we have a drop. But if we're looking at an area where to even buy from, we should be targeting this end here. Okay, so this end more or less indicates the low of the curve. Okay, so this indicates the low of the curve, and we could see a retracement here, then a continuation buy to the top side. Okay, and if we want to look at it from another perspective, okay, we could literally just do this: inverse head and shoulder. That's the head. We have the left shoulder. Okay, so if we put a line just right around there, okay, if we put a line just right around there, you'll see that it more or less aligns with where I was already, where I'm expecting the price to retrace to for us to actually get in. So this will more or less form the what? The right shoulder where we are going to, or where we are supposed to take our positions. Okay. So for those of us that love trading USD CAD, okay, this is where the opportunity is. You cannot buy at this end because this is a high of the curve. And the concept of profits in trading is buy low, sell high. Okay, the concept of taking advantage of market opportunity is buy low, sell high. So this is a high on the curve, which means price is at an expensive area on the structure. So you need to wait for the price to pull back to a cheaper end of the lower end of the structure, which will signify a cheap price level, and then you buy at a cheap amount. Because as human beings, okay, we always want to buy at what? At a cheap price for something that has value. So that's for USD CAD. Okay, and this takes us to USD JPY. So on USD JPY now, where are we? So yeah, for me, if you would ask me what we should be doing with this, okay, I would say you should be engaging at the moment. Okay, you should be engaging at the moment because this has closed outside of this level. Okay, that's closed out of this level. That's this bull candle. So should be expecting price to continue to appreciate. Now, if we look at it from a higher time frame perspective, that's daily, you'll see that the USD JPY is basically in an uptrend. But like I've said, when price is already in an uptrend, okay, at some point it needs to take what? It needs to take a breather, like a retracement. So seems the retracement right now has come to an end, and now we might want to see a resumption of what? Of the uptrend back in play. And we're already seeing that take forward as we speak. And for USD JPY, okay, we can basically hop in, okay, can basically hop in, okay, if you're interested or if you trade this. So areas that you might that bulls might actually run into in terms of issues are areas like here, because this is supply zone. We have the supply zone right here. So yeah, this would actually cause what? Cause problems for price to appreciate further. So for now, it's already giving us clear cut for us to do what? To appreciate. So if we're looking at the price projection, okay, from where we are towards the supply zone where we're expecting price to maybe have issues, we have about 143 pips. So sure, take note that we have a gap, okay? We have a price gap, which is just right around here. We have a price gap, which is just right around here. So it's very likely we might see that area being filled up. So if we are targeting that gap, okay, how many pips will that give us? Okay, that's about 226 pips. Okay, about 226 pips. But then if you are trying to catch the whole move, that is, you want to ride this momentum all the way back to where it dropped from, then we should be looking at how many pips? That's about 583 pips. But I don't expect you to actually hold that long because you have bills to pay. So it's more or less we should be taking profits and scaling in again once the opportunity presents themselves. So for USDJPY, okay, I'm expecting the market's a reversal to continue. Okay, I'm expecting prices to reverse higher, and this will actually sustain the uptrend that was already in place. So that's all for the major currency pairs. I will just touch a bit of minor currency pairs, and then I will introduce the next person who will just look at who is going to take us on a ride on gold. Just like I said, he actually trades gold only. That's the specialty, and he's an ICT skilled trader. So if you are one that loves or trades ICT and or maybe you're having issues trying to understand ICT, then he's your go-to person. Okay, he's your go-to person. So let's look at a few currency pairs, like minor currency pairs. We'll start with GBP JPY, which also is very, very liquid and volatile. Okay, so for GBP JPY, okay, yes, since we are seeing prices on USD JPY rebound right now and ready to align with the original trend, okay, we should expect similar price movements, okay, for GBP JPY. So in my own opinion, okay, for this asset, what I'll be looking out for is I'll be waiting for a 4 hour close because yeah, the way it closed in the last 4 hour, okay, normally we're supposed to see an expansion to the downside, but with how the dollar is gaining strength against the yen, okay, it's very likely that all other yen pairs too will correlate. So for me, what I'll be waiting for right now is the close of the 4 hour candle. Okay. And if it ends up closing like this, then we will now see that expansion higher. Or if we see this current 4 hour candle close out of this line, yes, out of this line, it closes out of this line, then we could see an expansion higher. Okay. So for GBP JPY, my bias, okay, for any trade opportunity is bullish, but we just have to wait. Okay, we have to wait for that candle close to actually give us a signal. Then we hop in right away. So for those of us, okay, that might be interested in getting this insight, okay, we have a WhatsApp community where we drop all of our ideas, and you can partake in any of your trades, especially the ones that you love to trade. Okay, so that's for GPJPY. And let's look at one more before I introduce the next person to present to us and show us what we should be expecting in terms of price movement on gold. So let's look at the Euro JPY. So for Euro JPY, yes, we're expecting similar price action as well because USD JPY has picked up. So Yep, this too, we are expecting the prices to appreciate, but we can't just go in at the moment. We have to anticipate what the end of the 4 hour candle close, probably closing like this or closing back above this blue line. Then what do we do next? We hop in. Okay, so that's it for Euro JPY, and the other JPYs were on more or less. We're waiting to see what the market will do. So it give us an opportunity. But for USD JPY, okay, we're potentially in it as we speak. As and same too with USD CAD. We are waiting for that pullback to give us the opportunity to get it. So I'll be bringing on the next person, the next guest, who will be giving us his insight on gold and what we should be expecting. So his name is Great White, and he will be dissecting this very, very. It's going to this volatile asset. It's going to tame the beast, and you guys can actually play along. Okay. So Martin, over to you.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Okay, good afternoon. Hello, good morning, everybody. Hope you can hear me now. Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. So I'll be looking over gold. It's an instrument not many people enjoy trading because of its volatile nature. So let's just break it down. So starting with gold on the daily time frame, this instrument has done close to 3,000 pips this week alone. So you can see all candles bullish, and it's in what you call uncharted territory. Price has never come into this area since the inception of gold. So how do you trade this? So we go into the 4 hour time frame. If we go into the 4 hour time frame, for now, gold appears to be in a range because there's what is referred to as a master candle. That is when you have one candle that has several candles within the high to the low. That is referred to as a master candle. So so if you look at this, this is the low of the master candle. So it's on the 1 hour time frame, and this is the high of the master candle. Let me see. There were several that played out, several master candles that appeared this week. Let me see if I can find more to show you guys examples of it. Okay, we had another one here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have minimum of 4 candles and you have a master candle. So looking at this now, what we're anticipating on price is we're anticipating a bullish continuation. If you look at this now, the candle for our candle that closed at 11 a.m., price has swept the low. So this is what you call liquidity sweep to the downside. And if you look at this, we're having what looks like a W formation. So what we're anticipating is a little bit of a retracement and a continuation to the upside. So if you're taking a long here, your stop loss is going to go below 54.70. Or if you can decide to use the 5 minutes, you're going to be targeting your entries from 54.94, best place to enter from. So that's it for gold. And Thank you all for attending. Wishing everybody a blessed and lovely trading day ahead. So goodbye and thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you watched, kindly like, share, and subscribe, okay? So I am Blessing by name, and I host pre-New York trading sessions, and we have the sessions from Mondays to Fridays between the hours of 12 noon and 1 p.m. Alright, so do well to join us again tomorrow for the session, and don't forget to always anticipate my videos. Thank you.